Hey folks, today is Friday, May 17th, 2019. As usual, it's me, Jake Baldino, here to talk about the video game stuff that has been going on this week. Rest in peace, Grumpy Cat. Yeah, Grumpy Cat died. Sorry.
Pour out a chicken wing.
Yeah, give a chicken wing out to the real one. But the reason we are eating gross, disgusting chicken is because we hit 5 million subscribers here. That is crazy.
If I doing something dumb.
Did you plan that? Were you planning that?
No.
That was impressive. I didn't expect that at all.
I hurt myself.
Oh my god. Thank you guys for watching, for subscribing. When they gave me the blank channel to just start in 2014, I never thought we'd get to this point and have a man throw himself behind me. But seriously, thank you guys. Onward and upward. And we're just going to keep going and never stop, ever. I'm so tired. Let's talk about video game news. The first thing, the thing that made major headlines, as you probably know, is the whole Sony and Microsoft announcing that they're working together thing. Now, let's dive into this. What this is an agreement, essentially, between the two parties to use Microsoft's Azure service, or Azure. This is streaming technology, and the idea between the two guys is to share information and research in developing and improving cloud gaming and AI and cloud strategies as a whole. I look at this more as a symbolic thing, almost a political thing, just as like two companies getting behind the streaming future. It's really exciting to think like the console wars are over. Everybody's friends, right? Sony and Microsoft are now just gonna make a Sony box or an X station. I don't think that's going to happen, especially with how big these companies are. This announcement comes from just one subset, one division of a much, much bigger picture that is both Sony and Microsoft. They use the word like sharing innovations to improve customer experience, and again, I think that comes back to them just wanting to really get behind the cloud thing, develop it somewhat in tandem, because with this being a completely new, I guess, way of delivery or medium, a rising tide would float all ships in this regard. It's funny too, because as someone who's not into the streaming, the cloud gaming service thing, I don't find this like that exciting. But on the flip side, I just look at this as like, okay, new technology, new development, things working together. They threw out a lot of stuff like platforms and content creators and a lot of buzzwords there. But the future just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Like a lot of the unconventional stuff and the olive branch stuff Microsoft and Xbox have been doing. And now on the flip side with PlayStation, I'm curious to see how this will actually affect their cloud streaming services. Because it seems like when they bought Gaikai to use the streaming stuff for the PlayStation 4, it seems like for a long time they didn't really know what to do with it. Like the service just wasn't that great. So this could maybe potentially improve it. Of course, that is all speculation on my part. I bring this up because number one, it is one of the most exciting stories of the week, but I'm also just curious to see what you guys think about this down in the comments. What do you think this means bigger picture? I don't know. It's all corporate stuff. Let's talk about this down in the comments. Moving on, something we do want to show you guys, that's going to be linked in the description below. Somebody recreated the beginning of Metal Gear Solid in Dreams. Dreams, of course, being that wildly crazy PlayStation game thing that allows you to make pretty much everything. We talked about it before. Creators have made stuff like levels in Dead Space, done really impressive stuff. And I just really wanted to bring this one up because, as you know, Metal Gear Solid is so near and dear to my heart. And this YouTuber, Barely Regal, put this together, and he teased what he's working on, and he also went in depth a little bit into the process behind making it in this video that's linked in the description below. And I think you should check it out. It's just really cool to see what this thing can do, and also what someone creative can do when given the right tools. Also, since we're talking about creative things, might as well keep this going. Nintendo did have a Nintendo Direct showing off the new Mario Maker releasing for Nintendo Switch. I've got lots of new information, great visuals, new expanded stuff like disappearing blocks, trap blocks, slopes, which is huge for people that are hardcore into that game. We also noted it's releasing June 28th, and the fact that like you can upload your stuff online. I'm really curious to see what people make out of this. I'm sure I'll be talking about it on this show pretty soon once it releases. And since it's just a bunch of like weird, crazy announcements this week, we also got a trailer for Minecraft Earth. This is essentially the Minecraft take on something like Pokemon Go, where it's an AR, augmented reality, community, social-based game. All we really have is this teaser, but I'm very curious to see what this entails because it could focus on more of a creative thing compared to Pokemon Go, or even the Harry Potter one they're working on that I'm not, too excited about. I'm into this because this might be a whole new approach to be able to just build stuff up and then view it through your camera lens on your phone and then have your friends also be able to see what you made. I think is potentially really exciting, and I think this could be a big deal. Do I think it's going to be a bigger deal or as big of a deal as something like Pokemon Go? No. I think that thing was a miracle, perfect storm phenomenon with the amount that thing took off. That was insane.
Also, Minecraft is 10 years old today. Happy birthday.
10 years old? It's 10 years old? My God. Well, happy birthday, Minecraft. I hope your phone game is good. We might as well talk about E3 real quick, since that is coming very, very soon. Secrets. Netflix will be making an appearance at E3. There will be a panel at the E3 Coliseum. That'll be streamed so you can watch it. And apparently they're going to go in-depth talking about stuff. Apparently they're going to be talking about like what it's like to make a Netflix original into a game. They're going to be talking up a big time the new Stranger Things game based on season 3, which actually looks kind of cool. But what they also said, and I quote, "There's definitely more to come." So I'm really curious to see what's going to come of that. I know that's me just like pulling out one sentence, but I'm hoping that we get another exciting announcement from this. Who knows what it could be? Maybe it'd be a Bandersnatch video game. I really like that whole experiment. We'll see. Also, speaking of Netflix and cool shit you watch, John Wick. I can't wait to see John Wick 3 this weekend. Wow. That's not like why did that sound like I'm like sponsored by John Wick? Can you imagine that? This episode's brought to you by John Wick.
Like the movie?
No, him, or he'll kill you. Anyway, there's a new announcement. Fortnite, you can now play as John Wick. No, not bootleg John Wick that we had before. Now, real John Wick, Keanu Reeves' skin is in the game. There is going to be a temporary new game mode where you hunt down other people and kill them and get their coins, and the higher earners are identified on the map. The game mode is going to be called Wick's Bounty. I think that's interesting, and not the biggest Fortnite fan, but I just love how they do this stuff. This is a way to keep it fresh, keep it relevant. It is also very commercialized, but still, I do think it's cool. It's funny because this is like the complete opposite of John Wick Hex, which if you missed that, we talked about that last week. That's a game from the team with Mike Bithell, which that looks like a cool strategy game, man. But anyway, if you do play Fortnite, like if you are a Fortnite person, I genuinely want to know what you think of the mode and just the skin in general. I think it's cool, so let me know. Also, in other news, the Division 2 raid is live. If you're into the Division like we kind of are, that is a thing if you're up to that point. Just some quick clarification though, Ubisoft put it out without matchmaking, much to the upsettingness, much to the huge massive bummer of a lot of people looking forward to play this and matchmake, especially considering Ubisoft said that was going to be a thing. The only update with it, I just wanted to point out, is that Ubisoft said that they are working on that soon and they're well aware. So I'm glad they were taking a task on that, and I hope that shows up quickly.
Jake, did we get the same thing?
I believe. Did you get 5-piece?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all got 5-piece and fries.
And since earlier we were on the topic of like next generation stuff, I did want to point this out. A high profile Japanese analyst has went on record with some pretty interesting predictions about the next PlayStation, the PlayStation 5, whatever you want to call it. He is saying the date will be November 2020 is when it's out. He says it's going to be priced at $499. He also, I think this is crazy, he expects 21 million units sold by March 2022, so 2 years after launch. This is analyst Hideki Yasuda, who has gotten things right and is well known in Japan. The sales prediction thing is crazy. I don't know, like I feel like you can never really totally nail that down. Sounds like he's going really strong on it. We'll see where it ends up. But he did also point out in his report that other streaming things like Google Stadia aren't really going to impact the PlayStation 5 or even the next Xbox thing that much. Still, it's interesting. I think Twinfinite did a really great breakdown of it. We're going to link that in the description below, as always, as well as everything else we talk about. Also, I just wanted to point out this because this is really cool. We talk about accessibility a lot of times and just like what developers, what hardware manufacturers, and what modders are doing to essentially get people to be able to play games who otherwise can't play games due to a disability. And we've talked about in the past Microsoft, you know, their accessibility controller. The adaptive controller is really awesome. But an interesting bit of news popped up was that Microsoft has patented a Braille controller. This is wild. You got to check this out. First of all, you might be saying, oh, if you're blind, how are you going to play games anyway? Well, there are actually some interesting ways that people who are blind can play games, can get some satisfaction out of that. Not only that, this is also going to be great for folks who are visually impaired. The way it looks like it's going to work, according to the patent, is that the back of the controller will essentially have like real-time little updating braille markers where people will be able to like say read, where people will be able to, you know, like read on-screen text much easier. Apparently the controller will also have in like a built-in speech to braille, which means like the person playing will actually be able to communicate and stuff. I think this is really cool. The more people having fun playing this stuff, the better. That's how I always look at it, and I hope this becomes a thing. But also, in case you missed it, we posted it on like our YouTube thing that you can post, but we did put out a call for Rage 2 glitches. So linked in the description below, there is a form to enter any glitches you came across in Rage 2. So go crazy, go at it, submit anything you find for a chance to have it be featured in one of our videos where we laugh at it. Good luck with that, but speaking of luck, now we gotta do that console giveaway we do every single week. You know how this goes down by now. There's a link in the description below. You click it to sign up, you enter once, then you're entered for good, and then every single week we go in and randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. And this week's winner is going to be this cat right here. Congratulations. Be sure to keep an eye on your inbox, your spam box, stuff like that, because we're going to be reaching out to you to find out how we can send you your free stuff. Now, before we go, I just want to know what you guys think about the stuff we talked about this week, especially the Minecraft phone game. Do you see any possibilities with that? Do you see any possibilities with that? Metal Gear Solid recreated in dreams. With people making stuff like this, what other game would you want to see recreated in dreams? Or have you tried doing it yet? Maybe you're out there. Good luck. Also, Mario Maker 2. Maybe you were hardcore into the first one. I want to know what you think about this one. Let's talk about any of this stuff down in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking about any of this stuff, honestly. And if you got anything else for me, if you want to hit me up, say hi, or yell at me, hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at Jake Baldino. But again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming to the Friday show every week. We really appreciate it. And the fact that now there's 5 million of you subscribers out there. I know not all 5 million of you always watch the Friday show, but I'm so happy you guys are here. And thanks for watching and letting us, you know, do our dream job. This is dope. But that's it. We're going to go. We're going to eat more chicken. We could use a quick break. I think we earned a little bit of that. So thank you guys for watching. Clicking the like button is the best way you can help us out. We appreciate that. But if you're new, you should consider subscribing because you're joining an army now of 5 million people. But hey, as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Pizza's on me. It's definitely on me now.